Hey everyone, it's Diane, the American blogger behind the Living Abroad lifestyle blog, Oui In France. Thank you so much for being here, where we talk about everyday French life and beyond. So today, my video is all about dining out at a French restaurant. Here are my top 6 tips for what to know before you go. Number 1, restaurant hours. Outside of major cities and touristy areas in France, restaurants will not be open at all hours of the day for meal service. Generally, restaurant hours follow French meal times, so if you're looking to eat lunch, try to do so between 12 and 2, roughly. And for dinner, don't expect to go to a restaurant before 7 p.m. at the very earliest. Most of the time, 7:30 or 8 would be the first reservation. So if you have a young child and you're looking for dinner at 5:30 or 6, look for restaurants that have a sign that says service continu. That means that they're open in between meals for mealtime service. And again, that's more popular in touristy areas and big cities. If you're in a small village or a smaller town, you will want to be aware that French restaurants are only open at French mealtimes. Number 2, filet mignon might not be what you're expecting. On French menus, you'll often see filet mignon, and that's great, and definitely order it. But be aware that it's not a tender, juicy piece of beef. In most cases, unless otherwise noted, filet mignon on a French menu is a fillet of pork. Number 3, the aperitif. When you first sit down at a French restaurant, the waiter's going to ask you if you'd like an aperitif. And what they're asking is not for your drink order that you'd like for your meal, but if you'd like a pre-dinner cocktail, something special to kick off the meal. So feel free to order something fancy like a mojito, a kir, whatever you'd like, and if not, feel free to say no merci. Number 4, the tip. French tipping culture is probably a bit different than what you're used to, especially at restaurants. It's not customary to leave a 15 to 20% tip. The service is often included in the prices you see on the menu, and you could check this at the bottom of your receipt if you see something that says service compris, which you will see at restaurants in France. It means the tip is already included, so feel free to leave some extra coins on the table at the end of your meal for the server. You can leave a couple of euros at a casual restaurant if the service was exemplary, but definitely not 15% or more. Again, it's completely up to you, but French people don't do this. At a fancy restaurant, if the meal was worth it and the staff went out of their way for you, you can feel free to leave a small tip. It's at your discretion. But remember these 2 things. In France, servers are paid a livable wage and do not depend on tips to make ends meet. And if you do not leave a tip, or nothing beyond rounding up to the nearest euro or 2 at a cafe, so if a bill was maybe 4.60, you could leave 5. That's more than okay. You could even leave an extra euro. It's fine. But if you don't go beyond that, or you pay by card up at the register and you don't have cash on you, no one's going to look at you sideways if you don't leave anything close to a 20% tip. So don't worry about it. The tipping culture is different in France. And again, just do what you're comfortable with. Number 5, the bill. In France, mealtime is leisurely and meant to be enjoyed, so there's no rush to finish your meal as quickly as possible so the restaurant can turn over the table for the next guest. No. But when you are finished, you'll need to let the waiter know that you're ready to pay. So to do that, flag him or her down and say, "L'addition, s'il vous plaît." And they'll bring the bill to your table that you can then pay by card or leave cash, or if you'd like to go up to the register, you could do that as well. But in most cases, it won't come automatically. Number 6, tap water. If you'd like regular old tap water instead of pricey Evian or sparkling water, you'll need to ask because it's not brought to the table automatically. What you want to ask for is une carafe d'eau, s'il vous plaît. That's une carafe d'eau, s'il vous plaît. And they'll bring you a glass pitcher or jug or bottle of regular chilled tap water, and that's free. And just one final comment to wrap up. I find that French people like many people all over the world, are pretty forgiving and understanding of foreigners' language mistakes or misunderstandings in general. So do your best to be respectful, and if you make a mistake or you say something out of turn, it's not the biggest deal in the world. My tips are just to give you a little insight into what restaurant culture is like in France, so do your best, and if you do make a mistake, it's really no big deal. Okay, that wraps up my video on my top tips for dining out at a restaurant in France. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time on my channel. Salut!